What if one shipping box could save the planet 16 times over? At Pet Food Experts, we're not just talking sustainability, we're delivering it. And today we're talking with someone helping lead the charge. Jacquie Adams, Senior Manager of DC Operations, joins us from Des Plaines Distribution Center. Hi, Jacquie, and happy Earth Day.
Hi, happy Earth Day. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So let's dive right in. You've played an instrumental role in rolling out our reusable box program at our DC in Illinois. So for those who may not know, can you give us a quick overview of how the program works?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. So the boxes are reusable, right? So they're constructed in a way that you don't need tape, so it doesn't, ruin the integrity of the box. And because they kind of fold into one another or into themselves, you can just store it to the side. And what we ask our customers to do is to give it to their drivers when they come for their next delivery, so they can bring it back to our warehouse, and we reuse them. And with this process, we're able to reuse these boxes up to 16 times.
That's awesome. And so simple, but so powerful. I love that.
Yeah,
What
for
kind of
sure.
impact have you seen so far in your region?
I think less waste for sure. We're not having to, buy boxes often, so that's a cost reduction as well. But also, it's kind of fun seeing the boxes come back and checking off the boxes to see how many times they've been reused. But
Yeah.
also because of their design, they're a lot easier to use. They save my team a lot of time in having to tape up the bottom of the box, and a lot easier to ship as well.
That's awesome. And now it's going nationwide, right? So
Yes, yeah, nationwide.
yeah, that's awesome. From your perspective, why is this such an important step for PFX and our retail partners?
I think really the big one is environmental sustainability. I
Mhm.
think that a lot of our products include ingredients that are environmentally stable and sustainable. And this is a way for pet food experts as a distributor to get a little bit more skin in the game. I think it
Mhm.
also really speaks to the idea of corporate social responsibility. I think that a lot of people underestimate how, as corporations, who do contribute to, a lot of the more environmental issues through our shipping processes, we do have a responsibility to give back. And this is one way
Mhm.
that we can.
I agree. And one thing retailers love is that every box has a tracker, like you said, so they can see their impact with every reuse, which really makes a difference. Very smart way to show progress and keep people engaged.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, like my team really likes looking at the tracker too. Sometimes, you're shocked at how many times things come back.
Mhm.
But from a customer standpoint, they get to see the impact that they're having. And I think, the more times the box you get that comes into your facility is checked off, the more you might be inclined to put that to the side and give it back to one of our drivers.
Mhm. I love that. You're not only leading warehouse operations, you're also making history as PFX's first Black woman in a leadership role, which is amazing. What does that mean to you, especially as you help one of our most impactful sustainability programs?
It's really important to me. I feel like representation does matter. As I've grown in my career, I've looked towards other Black women in positions of power, and it's inspiring me to, want to strive for those positions. I think it's also really important that, I communicate some of the things that help me get to where I am. I think that, persistence is really important. But above all, really believing in yourself and being confident in the skills that you have, and realizing that, you do deserve a seat at the table.
I love that. And it's very inspiring to me. And I'm sure a lot of other women and Black women in the industry just to see where they can go and give them that confidence to want to strive for that. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course.
Your leadership truly embodies what Earth Day is all about, creating lasting change together. Um, and before we wrap up, what would you say retailers what would you say to retailers thinking about participating in this program?
I would say just do it. It's super easy. It takes less than a second to think about. And it's super impactful. These are deliveries that are already coming. The driver is going to be coming the next week. So taking up, just a little bit of space for those folded up boxes makes such a big impact.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jackie. And thank you to everyone helping make a difference one box at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.